Good day, this is Leadership TV News. I am Nefisat Abdurrahman. The Group Chief Executive of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Mr. Bayo Ojulari, has blamed the recent rise in cooking gas prices on a temporary disruption to loading and distribution during the strike by the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, PENGASSAN. Ojulari said this while speaking to State House correspondents on Sunday after a meeting with President Bola Tinubu. According to the NNPC boss, the industrial action halted operations for several days and produced an artificial spike in prices. He said, "The increase you saw was relatively artificial because for the period of the strike, movements and loading were delayed by about 2-3 days. And because of that, you see that impact. As things return back to normal, it takes some time for distribution to be fully restored." The price surge followed the PENGASSAN industrial action, which was lodged over the dismissal of Nigerian workers at the Dangote Refinery and suspended on October 1st after federal government's intervention. Ojulari also accused opportunistic retailers of exploiting the shortfall to hike prices. He, however, assured Nigerians that as supply chains stabilize, the cooking gas price is expected to ease in the coming weeks. Vice President Kashim Shettima has waded into the ongoing industrial disputes between Dangote Refinery and the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, PENGASSAN, calling for restraint, patriotism, and dialogue in resolving the crisis. The Vice President said the country or any organization shouldn't be seen to sabotage efforts of a firm as Dangote Refinery over an issue with a union that can be easily resolved through dialogue. Speaking at the opening of the 31st Nigerian Economic Summit in Abuja on Monday, Shettima described Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote, as not just an individual but an institution, urging Nigerians to protect and promote the multi-billion-dollar refinery as a national economic asset. Aliko Dangote is not an individual. This is an institution. We must be united in protecting Nigeria's economic power, the Vice President said. If he had invested $10 billion in Microsoft, Amazon, or Google, he would probably be worth $78 billion today. But he chose to invest in this country, and we must treat that investment as a generational asset. Shettima appeals to both the labor union and the management of the refinery to approach the disputes with caution, retrospection, and a deeper sense of patriotism, stressing that individual disagreement should not jeopardize national economic progress. Governor Alex Otti of Abia State has responded to the claim by the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Benjamin Kalu, that the state receives between 38 billion naira and 40 billion naira monthly as allocation from the Federation account. Otti clarified that Abia's total monthly allocation from the Federation Account Allocation Committee (FAC), including funds for local governments, stands at 15.625 billion naira. Kalu had reportedly made the claim while addressing supporters at an Independence Anniversary event in Umuahia, where he compared the present administration's revenue with that of past governments. In a statement issued by his Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Mr. Ferdinand Ekelma, Governor Otti described the figures quoted by the Deputy Speaker as inaccurate and misleading. According to the statement titled Governance in Aba, Setting the Record Straight, Otti expressed concern that such figures could be circulated without proper verification. Abia's 2025 year-to-date FAC allocation, including local government, stands at 125 billion naira. If the figures of 38 billion naira monthly were correct, it would have amounted to about 304 billion naira within the same period. The statement read, the governor explained that despite exchange rate fluctuations from 460 naira to the dollar in 2023 to about 1,500 naira currently, his administration has managed state finances prudently to deliver projects and pay workers. Governor Otti also highlighted that his administration raised the minimum wage for state workers from 30,000 naira to 70,000 naira, while expanding the state workforce through the recruitment of over 5,000 teachers and additional health personnel. Oti reiterated that his administration remains focused on transparency, fiscal discipline, and inclusive governance, urging political leaders to base public discussions on verified facts. Still on the news, the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, have begun mobilization of its members across the nation's universities in preparation for a possible nationwide warning strike. This comes barely a week before the expiration of its 14-day ultimatum to the federal government, which was announced on September 28, 2025. ASU, in a circular signed by its president, Professor Christopher Pewuna, dated 5th October 2025, expressed disappointment over what it described as the government's continued silence and lack of commitment to resolving lingering issues affecting the university system. According to the circular addressed to all ASU members, the National Executive Council (NEC), at an emergency meeting held on 29 September 2025, reviewed the outcome of a referendum conducted across its branches and resolved to issue a 14-day ultimatum to the government. The ultimatum, ASU said, was meant to compel the signing and implementation of the renegotiated agreement transmitted to the government since February 2025. Professor Pewuna lamented that 1 week after the resolutions were communicated to the Ministers of Labour and Education, as well as the Nigerian Labour Congress, there had been no meaningful response or progress from the government. He explained that the union's current action was aimed principally at compelling the government to honor its commitments, particularly the signing and implementation of the renegotiated agreement, among other long-standing demands. As the ultimatum enters its final week, Pewuna commended members for their patience and resilience throughout the negotiation process, which he described as torturous and unjustifiably prolonged for over 8 years. He urged all members to intensify mobilization in their respective campuses to ensure unity of purpose and readiness for the next line of action. And that's it on Leadership TV News. For more of our news stories, you can log on to our website on www.leadership.ng. I am Nefisat Abdurrahman. Many thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.